It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day for the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic. Thank you all for being here and supporting the clinic. It's especially beautiful because Lenny and his staff and the board of the Lenny Wilkens Foundation are here. The objective today is not just to celebrate the Odessa Brown Clinic, but this wonderful gift that just seems to keep on giving from Lenny. And Lenny has, in so many ways that people know about, like the coach of the championship basketball team, but ways that people don't know about. Foundation board member for years and years and years, of long time and excellent service to the foundation board that helps Odessa Brown Children's Clinic, an advocate for kids and families in Olympia and around our community, and just an all-time, all-around great, passionate speaker on behalf of Odessa Brown. For Lenny, for the staff, for the board members of the Lenny Wilkens Foundation, we couldn't thank you enough. We welcome you, and we're thrilled for your support, and we hope you will continue with that support. Nobody can say it better than Ben Danielson, who is the head of this clinic. So Ben, bring it on.
Thank you. Such an honor to be here. I wish I could say it well, but this is one of those times when you find yourself at a loss for words. So, Lenny, I wrote you a letter last night, and letters are sometimes good and they're sometimes terrible, but they always come from the heart, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So I'm going to read this out loud, and I hope you're not too mad at me. This moment has become a cherished tradition for OBCC. But the problem with traditions is that you can get so used to them. The best traditions, I think, are important for reasons beyond just being here in this moment right now. The best traditions help you stay connected to a past, to a legacy. They invite us to step onto a path traversed by many, many before us, traversed by those we must never forget. The Freddie Mays, the Blanches, the Liz's, the Miss Willises, the Maxines, the Paulas. A path traversed by untold numbers of children, too, who've now found their own ways, who are now young people, young adults, beginning to fully realize their own grand potential. The best traditions connect us to our past, and they also offer us a glimpse into our future. A future of kids who will find their way a little bit easier because of the wide, smooth path that you've forged. It can feel kind of painful to let go of traditions. We resist releasing them, even though we all know that no tradition has a claim to perpetual existence. And maybe the fact that traditions aren't permanent makes them that much more valuable. Traditions should have transitions. They should. And if they don't, then they would risk becoming enemies of their own best intentions. So we should celebrate this day. We should be especially joyful as we celebrate this day today. We should feel great joy today because this moment, this time carries every precious previous moment and time along with it. So you see, today represents an accumulation rather than a culmination. Just as your half-century of doing things for the kids in this community has a cumulative impact, the kind of impact that ensures your positive influences never ends. And I'm not speaking solely of the Lenny Wilkens Movement Center, although I have to say that is going to be an incredible place, an incredible jewel that will inspire generations to come. That's going to be wonderful. But I'm also speaking of the momentum that you've sparked, the momentum that accelerates kids towards brighter futures. I'm speaking of the foundations of literacy and learning through the books that we carry thanks to you and will carry on giving out in the clinic for generations to come. I'm speaking of the neighborly comfort that you've afforded families by keeping bodies warm on those cold, cold winter days. I'm speaking of the educational attainment young people will continue to reach because they start school with the tools they need to succeed. These things all have a forward momentum from you that is inextinguishable. What you have done is done forever and has no expiration date. Now I want to say something to you as a person, and this is where I get corny. I want to say something from a black man to a black man, because on this plane you have a particular and extraordinary impact. For everyone else, you will forever represent generosity, kindness, uncompromising vision for change, class, and dignity. For everyone, you are all that. As a black man, I'm telling you that you also represent a special kind of hope, of mentorship, of honor, and of inspiration. I don't say this as a way to divide, but as a way to say that this is something particularly cherished for people like me, and it's particularly worth saying out loud on a day like this. In a time of so many men, in so many places, of so many colors and backgrounds around this world, move through the world without honor, you have been, every day and in every way, the personification of honor. I read your book, Unguarded, and I think my favorite passage is actually near the very end. You talked about another man, your father, and how he died when you were so young. And your wish that he had been around to know your family, to know you as a man, to know you as a father. For your family, you've created this amazing future of warmth and joy despite those early days that were punctuated by your own personal loss. Which is also, in a way, what generosity does, what your generosity has done for the many families who faced their own losses. You've helped them reach a future full of warmth and joy and help them realize potential. In your book, you expressed this deep wish to share moments with someone who can't physically be there with you, which again, to me, is what your lasting legacy of generosity is all about here in this clinic. You share good things with kids and families that you may never see, that may not physically be here with you, but they will always know what you've done for them. Communities will be better. Kids will be better because of Lenny Wilkens and the Lenny Wilkens Foundation. And just like I know that our community will forever remain so grateful to you, I also know that your father is so very, very proud of you. That's my letter to you, and I just say thank you. $8 million over the course of donations is an incredible number, and it stands next to what I would count billions and billions of dollars worth of heart and hope and inspiration, and most importantly, for a man like me, a sense of honor. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. I don't know what to say, but I must tell you that I was traded here as a player, and I came kicking and screaming because I didn't want to be here. Until I got here and I met the people of the community, and those people have helped shape my life and helped me to become who I am. And one of the names was mentioned was a Freddie Mae Gautier, very active in the community, and she sort of adopted me and my wife. Freddie Mae, nobody refused Freddie Mae, but she, like me, was all about young people. And I'm forever about young people because they're our future. They're tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, politicians, athletes. They're the future. And we have to let them know that they can make a difference, like I was let know when I was younger. One of my heroes was a guy named Jackie Robinson. I got to meet him, and I saw how fierce a competitor he was. But he also played with his mind, and bright, intelligent, and competed, and no matter what anyone said, he believed that he could make a difference. And so I've been blessed in my life to have the board members that I've had on my board. They make a difference. They help us to be successful. That's why the Lenny Wilkens Foundation was able to do what it has done. I've met so many people. I met Nelson Mandela when I was in Africa. And I asked him, how he could put up with what he had to. And he said, because I knew I had to help my people. I mean, what a statement from a guy who went through what he went through. I was floored by it. And so over time, I've met so many people. I've been blessed. And I want to thank Bridget. I want to thank all the members on my board, a lot of them here, my daughter, Jamie. I've been blessed with 3 wonderful kids, and they've always supported everything that my wife and I wanted to do. She couldn't be here this morning, but she's here in spirit. And I'm not going to belabor this, but I do want to say that I'm going to stay associated with the clinic a lot longer than people think.
Good.
Okay? And, you know, we won't be doing it on the scale that we did before, but we'll stay involved and in helping in any way that we can. So I want you to know that.
Good.
And I want Seattle to know that they've been very blessed to have someone like Dr. Danielson. I thought Blanche Lavizio was special. This guy is special. Really, he has helped make this what it is. And he has such passion for working with young people. And you guys have to feel blessed that you have someone like him to run this operation, to see it become successful. So I won't belabor this. I won't take all your time up, you know, because I could go on forever. There's so many people to thank.
We want you to.
But,
we want you to.
You know, I've been blessed with so many great friends. And I know they don't like to hear the names mentioned, but Joe and Danella Godot, Bob and Mickey Flowers, you know, all these people, the people from my board, Ken, Cynthia, Melissa, you know, Mike, you know, just so many of them here. And I want to thank them for being here, for helping me to be able to do the things that I've been able to do. So if you got any questions, I'm good at answering questions, but I'm not, you know.
Thank you, Lenny. Don't stop.
Okay.
Don't stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unstoppable.
As a way of saying thank you, I think you have a presentation.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah. Yeah. You know, every year we try to, and hopefully this will remain a tradition. It may not be as big, but it'll always be something, okay? So this year, our foundation, you know, wants to present the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic with this. So,